Meow, meow, meow. I'm not gonna do type racer today. And I'm doing a shorter stream today because I haven't been feeling well. Good morning, Baratum. I haven't been feeling well, and yeah, I think I feel really weak this morning. So I'm gonna do a little bit, and then and then I go back and lay down more. I got a little bit of a one-on-one tutoring session with an experienced developer in the community yesterday over recursion. So I'm going to take a look at some stuff from yesterday and try to see if I can solve this again from scratch with the logic. So I did find out why I was really close yesterday to an answer, but I want to actually walk through the whole thing. So I deleted it. I deleted the code and I will try again. Manning Sissy, Manning Tona, Manning JJ. Hiya. Try na. Okay. Manning Nightmare. And thank you yesterday, by the way, for all of the help and support and the help and the support. Commanding the community. So, I don't know where to begin. I'm sure you'll get it. Commanding lifetime. Thank you for calling me Princess Kitty Maple. So, by writing something similar to nested list sum, define a recursive function nested list contains NL target that takes a nested list of integers and an integer target and indicates whether target is contained anywhere in the nested list. Your code should return the Boolean value true when it is contained in the nested list and false if it is not contained in it. So yesterday what was happening was that it was returning the result of the recursion, and people were telling me that there should be a conditional there, but I didn't understand how to write that conditional, so let's try to do that. First I'm gonna say what our input is. Our input is starting with a list and an integer. Our output is Boolean true or false. Coding during learning, coding during work, chilling watching someone else code or my digital life. I'm sorry, chill guy. Make sure you take time to, like, I don't know, relax and have fun. Commanding tanky, manning H go. Hi. I will hide the chat for a little bit so I can lock in. In English, what am I trying to do? First, since it's recursion, there needs to be a base case, right? And for me, yesterday, I said the base case, what we want is that we want to find out that the target is inside of it now. So the first thing I want to ask is, like, is the target inside of an L? If yes, we're going to return true. If no, then we want to iterate over the list to see if target is inside an element. But before we do that, we just need to first iterate over the elements in the list. While we're doing that, so let's say we have this list. We can ask, in the outer list, is there a 3? The answer is no. The outer list has a 1, and then it has a nested list. So it just has 0 and 1. So that's where I said we could check first to see if the element is an integer. So check if the element is an integer. If so, skip to the next iteration, and then we could check if the element is a list. So that would be this case. And now once we're here, look if the element is a list. What I had it do was the once we found out it is a list, we're gonna call the recursive function again. If so, call recursive function. And then and then the idea would be we do nested list contains on this nested list, and then since 2 is an integer, we skip to the next item, which is 3, which is, oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong problem. I wanted to look at this one first. So the next item is a list containing 3. So what then happens is it goes through the process again. It says, is the target inside of NL? And yes, and this returns true. So part of the problem yesterday was that we had some test cases and they weren't all passing. So how do I do that again? Okay, so this was the test case that was failing. I want to write the test cases again. So what I did yesterday was I started with, how did I write it? I did an abstract. And then I have nested list contains this. I just something like test. I think it was test 6. What were the other tests? Test 1. Sorry, give me a moment to reproduce what I had yesterday. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I wanted to use the most basic cases. So the most basic case is given a list of one item, like just an integer, and then checking to see that that target is in there. So just run. Meow, meow, meow. Don't mind me. And that should equal true. And then I had another one that I wanted to test. And that was given a list with it was 2 items. I don't remember. Something like this. Was it this? Something like this. This should also be true. And then we had this one. I'm missing a case. I don't remember. I'm missing a case. Actually, why am I doing this from scratch? I don't want to look at my solution, but I want to look at yesterday's stream. Do I have I think I have a screenshot actually. do I have a this wait. I want to make sure it's the right one. I'm nervous. Ah, I didn't see that. I don't think that's the right one. Oh, good morning, thank you. I can't use that site while I'm on YouTube. This is illegal. Shit. Whatever. Is it fine? Is it fine? Okay, I lied to you guys. I had something like 1, 2, and then I had something like nested list contains 2, 1. Because I wanted to test a false case. I'm missing a squiggly, a curly bracket. And then the last, yeah, okay, this is right. Yeah. Okay. I'm not good at all. That's why it says beginner right on the stream title. And I really don't understand recursion, so oops, this should be a regular parentheses. I'll pop this out. I'm not supposed to be reading chat right now. I'm supposed to be locked in. I'm not locked in. I gotta get locked in. Nested list contains. And then the next one I wanted to try. No, I just wanted to copy this from the problem. Paste. Meow. Give me a moment. I'm stupid. I have to figure this out. Give me a moment. And this one should be true. We want it to be true. And then the last one is this one. Does this make any sense? I don't know. Does it make sense? I don't know. Does it make sense? This one should be false, but for the right reasons. Okay, and then let's see. Enter test statements. And then, okay, so we start writing. Nested list contains. Oops. I put the whole problem here. And now, and the target. Is the target inside of NL? So if target in NL return true. This is what I started with yesterday. Otherwise, iterate over the elements in the list because we understand that NL is always going to be a list, I'm pretty sure. Right? It says it in the specifications. Takes a recursive function that takes a nested list of integers. Okay. So, if no. For I in range 0 through length of the list, for every element in the list, check if the element is an integer. So we did if NL at I. Oh, we used is instance int. Continue. The reason we use is instance is because they used it in one of their. Yeah, they used it here. So I just wanted to copy them. I'm just copying. Yeah. I've never ever used is instance to solve anything before. So then if it's an integer, like in this case with this list, we want to go from index 0 and just skip to the next index, which is, this is index 1. So if meow 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 this instance, and now if it's a list, however, did you just wrong? Did I do this wrong? Okay, if this is a list, then we call nested list contains on that element otherwise return false. Let's see. Just let me think. I think this is pretty much what I had yesterday. But then I want to visualize it. Okay. I should take out the comments, but it's okay. I'll just pretend it's not there. Oh, I want to wait. Okay. It's fine. This is fine. This is totally fine. This is not fine. There's not enough space. It's not fun. Okay. So for the first test case, let's see. We run. Nested nested list contains a list of 1 and then 1. So NL points to a list that at index 0 contains the integer 1, and target is just 1. And then if target is an NL, return true. So it should be the end. Yes, that's the end of the program. And then true is true, so that one passes. Then this one is a list of 2 items. It does the same thing. So NL has 2 items at index 0, index 1, 1 and 2. Is 1 inside of this list? Yes, it is. So we return true again. For test 3, we want false. So let's see what happens. NL is a list that contains the integer 2 at index 0. Is 1 in there? No. So for I in range 0 to the length of NL, so NL has a length of 1, because it's just the number 2. It has a length of 1, so it goes from 0 to 1, not including run, so it's just like 1 item. If is instance NL at index 0, right, it's for I is 0, it's an integer, continue with the loop, but there's nothing else in the loop, so it ends up exiting the loop, and then it goes here to return false. So far our tests have passed. I actually want to edit the code and remove these tests for now. Okay. Meow, meow, meow. Sorry that this is really slow. I'm trying to explain to you all and myself to prove that I know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So for this one, we have let's see. So in the global frame, we have the function, and then when we call the function, we get NL and target. And NL contains, NL is a list. NL is a list. And that list has 2 elements. An element at index 0, which is 1, and an element at index 1, which is another list. And that list has 3 elements in it. An integer at index 0, a list at index 1, and an integer at index 2. So, if target is in this outer list here, this first list, and our target is 3, then return true, but it's not. So we're gonna go through the loop. For I in range 0 to length of NL, which is 2, if is instance NL, like that element, or the element of the index I, if it's an integer, skip to the next iteration. So we should expect it to do that. For I in range 0 to length NL, the target is still 3, NL is still this whole list, but I is 0. Then I don't really understand this, but since NL at index 0 is an integer, we're gonna skip. So now I is 1. It's not an integer, so we're gonna go down here and check, is it a list? Turns out it is a list. So now we're going to do the recursion part. Meow, meow, meow. So on NL 1, which is this list, run the whole thing again. Oh, it points there. Here's this list. Target is still 3. If target is in NL, return true. It's not. For I in range 0 to length of NL, which is 3, 0 to 3, do some things. So first for I is 0. Since index 0 has the number 2, which is an integer, we're going to skip to the next one. And I will become 1. For NL at index 1, it's not an integer, so we're going to go down here. We're going to check if it's a list, and it is a list. And then we're going to do nested list contains on NL at 1 and return whatever the output is. Meow, meow, meow. So now NL is a list containing 3. So we ask if target is in NL, and it is, so we return true. And this is where I get confused. So return true. Okay, so it passes. I don't really understand these two steps. Wait. So it goes to return true, and then it does this. Return. Oh, return the result of this. So that's returning true, I guess. Okay, and then we go to the next one. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. I try to go faster. For test 5, we have a nested list that is the same one we had before, but now we have a target of 5, and 5 is not in there. So we do the same thing. We ask if the outer list contains 5. The outer list has one integer and it has a list, but the integer is not a 5, so we skip to doing the loop. And then for the first element in the list, is it an integer? Yes, it is. So I0 of this list is 2, so we continue to I is 1. I is 1 is a list, so we go to return nested list contains of NL at index 1. My brain hurts already, oh god. And the target is 5. So then NL I'm actually really confused again. now, and now, and now, and now. Did I skip a step? Ha ha ha. I think I actually messed up in my logic. Let's go back. I skipped a step. I forgot that NL was still pointing to this list. So we did I is 0, that's a number. That's an integer. Skip. I is 1. That is a list. So then do it again. My brain hurts. And then it doesn't contain that. And then we go into loop again. I is 0. Skip. I is 1. Go to is it. Meow, meow, meow. Meow. We do the recursion again. So, return nested list contains on NL 1. Okay, this is where I thought I was. Okay, so now we're looking at the list at position index 1 that contains 3. And we ask, is the target in there? No, it's not. And then if it's an instance, meow, meow, meow. If it's an integer, we skip, we continue. It is an integer, but we can't continue because there's nothing else in the list. So we're gonna exit the loop, I'm pretty sure. Return false. Oops. And false. And then, so when we did this, nested list contains meow, meow. And now at 1, it returned false, so we're returning the returned false, I think. Okay. So this this actually exposes me because we return false before we actually finish going through the whole thing. So even though we successfully passed the test case, it's actually not checking. It's not checking for. So it actually passed on accident. And this is the people were trying to tell me yesterday. So what I actually need to do is change something here. Instead of returning nested list, we need to ask a question or make a conditional. And that is if, what do we want to do? We want to check the nested list and see if the target is in there. And if it's not in there, oh, my brain hurts. So in this case, we check the list of 3. And then the program exit. We don't want it to do that. Check this so run the recursive function. And if this is false, yeah, we want to continue. My brain hurts. Let me think a little bit. If nested list is false, we want to continue. If this result is false, we want to continue instead of ending, maybe? I don't remember. My brain hurts. Give me a second to think. I don't think this is true. If it's false, continue. Continue. Let's just see what it looks like. Oops, I want to take out all these tests. We're just gonna look at the last two tests. So, oops. We go through, and now the outer list. We want to go to the part where we're in the inner list. My tummy hurts. Okay, it's this part. So for the end now, and we're pointing at this index 1. We have that list. And we run nested list contains on this list of 3 and the target. So, does it contain the number 5? No. So, we go for I in range 0 to length NL. Is the element an integer? Yes, it is. So we continue, and we exit the loop, and that returns false. And then we go back here. Wait, it returns false. If nested list contains, if what the recursive function is false, we go to the next loop. Is my goal, but I don't know if it works. I think it works. Wait. Yes. Okay, so we're back to the other list. Now we're back to this instead of in 3. And then we should go I is 2. Yeah, I is 2. And I is 2 is an integer. So now we continue, but there's nothing left in the list. So we return false because we checked now we've checked everything. And now I think wait. Return false. So we return false. What does that mean? That means I'm a little bit confused again. Oh, why do we return false again? Meow, 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 and now. We checked index 0, we checked index 1, we checked index 2, and the target is not in any of them, so we return false. Why does it go to continue? My brain hurts again. And now where I is 1. So this is a now. Oh, okay. I guess because of recursion, my brain is hurting. Like, I forgot we were 1 deeper. We were 1 deeper. So before we were looking at how do I say this? So when we started, we said, is the target in here? No. Maybe it's in 1. So then we look in 1, and then we say, is the target in here? No. Maybe it's in 1. It's not in 1. Is it in 2? No. So this returned false, but then we still have to go back here and like verify. Oh, we checked, it wasn't in there. So now this is why it's doing the continue. Okay, I think. And then for I in range 0, length, and L, there's nothing else other than 1, so it exits the loop finally, and then it's over. Yeah, and then it returns false. So at least with that one, we did check 4. Now let's see if it works for the last one. I don't remember if this works. And then this one is supposed to return. Oh wait, I gotta edit the code. This one is supposed to return true. Oops. Let's just take out this test case because we don't need it anymore. Meow, meow, meow. So now we have a list of 2 lists. And the first nested list has 9, 4, 5, and the second nested list has 3 and 8. When we call the function, the first thing it's gonna ask is 3 inside of this list? But we don't, the answer is no, there's no integer 3 in this list. Instead, our first list points to 2 other lists. So we're gonna do the next part of the function, which is a loop. For I in range 0 to length and now, which is 2, 0 to 2, if NL at index 0 is an integer, continue. It's not an integer, it's a list. So if then we're gonna run nested list contains on index 0, on the list in index 0, and if it returns false, we're gonna continue and then check what's in the contents of 1. So it should return false, but let's double check. So now NL is pointing to the list with 9, 4, 5, and we're looking for a target of 3. It's not in there, so we're gonna go to the loop. Is NL at element 0 an integer? Yes, so we continue. Is element at integer 1 an integer? Is NL at element 1 an integer? Yes, so we continue again. Is element meow 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 is the third element at index 2 an integer? Yes, it is. So we continue, and now we're out of the whole list. So we get out of the loop and return false. But yeah, so running nested list contains on this list returns false. So for nested list on 0, because it returns false, we continue to I1. Oh, I think this works. Wait, what the fuck? Does this work? Ah, okay, I think this works. I is 1. Meow, meow, meow. And I is 1. Is it an integer? No, it's a list. So then we're gonna run the recursive function on that list and look for 3. So first we check, is the target inside of NL? This is NL. Yes, it is. It's right there. It's right there at index 0. So we should return true. Yeah, we've returned true. And then going back to the outer list with the target 3 at I1, It's still here. What do we do? Return false. Oh, okay. So this is where we had an issue. What do we want? Oh, we're missing something. I see it now. So, in other words, what we want is that my brain hurts. Do I have to write it like this? Do I have to write it like this? Else. So like if we do the recursive function and it's false, we want to go to the next instance. But what's the opposite of this being false, right? It's this being true. So if it's actually true, we don't want to just go to the next, instance. We want it to actually return true. We take out all of these. I think this one works now. So we go. I skipped through because we did this already. We want to go to the part where we're looking at the second list. Okay, so yeah. Now for this NL, we're gonna look at I. It's a list. And then we're gonna call the recursive function on this list again. Now, before we said that if target 3 is inside of this list, return true. So we return true. And because we go back to the conditional now, it didn't return false, so then it's else. So then we return true for NL at this level. It works. It freaking works. I didn't write it in the test, but it does return true. And that's what we want. So now we test it in here. I'm so excited. I'm not 100% convinced, but I'm like 80% convinced. Run tests. Oh wait. False, true. Oh wait, I forgot. Equals true. Okay. And then we run the program. Yay! It's green! Yay! It passed with flying colors! Yay! Oh my god, look how nested this one is. Yay! 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 But I'm excited not just because it passed. I'm excited because I think I understand a little bit better than I did yesterday what I was doing wrong. I'm gonna look at the chat now. Thank you. Let's go. We did it. The super nested run is for the people that brute force it with 3 nested loops. Oh, to catch them. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the frustration was worth it. Now, yeah, I think I understand it a little bit better this time. I will say that this visualize tool is really super useful, even though it's a little bit confusing. You asked the right questions. Meow, meow, meow. So, now, what was the other thing? I was also told I could clean this up, but I don't remember how. I cleaned it up with, the opposite. If it's, oh yeah. Is this true? Let me think about this. I don't remember. We should write a program to build a program with 20 nested checks. You play games? Do you play games? Could you brute force it with 20 nested checks? I don't know how. The visualizer is super useful. Clean it up with the opposite. Yeah, that's what they told me, but I don't remember how to do it. And I'm not sure, do I believe in it? If nested list is false, continue. So it was like, if nested list is true. Or what? If it's true, return true. And then we take out this. They say a lot of things. I don't know. It still works. It still works. So yeah, we could take out those 2 lines. Oh yeah, because if yeah, because like if it's false, then it returns false. I don't know. I actually don't understand why that works. Oh, let's look inside. Let's take a peek. Where the heck are my tests? Why does that work? Equals true is not needed because it's what it's our. Oh, you're right. Because it's already Boolean. Thank you. Thank you, Rio Sid and Nightmare Killer. Do you want to see the rest of my body? Is that what you're saying? But it's just like, there's important real estate. Here, you can see it right there. This is artwork from Mama. I don't think he's in the chat today. Anyway, let's just check real quick. Continue goes to the next loop. This if statement at the end of the loop, so it automatically goes to the next loop without continue. I see. I see. The thing above the for loop can be optimized too. How? Okay, let's see. Above the for loop. If target and then now. How do I optimize the thing above there? One more thing I could do. Tell me. I don't know. I don't really understand how continue or break or whatever works. Artwork of herself as wallpaper with a narcissist. Hey, that's mean. Zaki Muri, you're being mean. You shouldn't be mean to me. What's wrong with you? Artwork of myself that was a gift. It was a gift, right? So if you're telling me if your baby goes to preschool and they make an artwork of you, you're not gonna put it on the fridge? Is that what you're telling me right now? Wow, you're a mean parent. You're not gonna celebrate when someone gifts you? What the fuck? Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have listened to Zakamuri, and when someone gifts me a desktop background, I should just delete it, right? I should just put it straight in the trash. And yeah, so narcissism is a sign of extreme self-love? I hate myself. What do you mean? I hate myself. We could remove the int is instance. It's not necessary? You could remove the int is instance. Check. I'll slow down. You can remove the int is instance check. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, okay, I see. It'll only... So then it'll look only if it's a list. Otherwise, it'll do it. You're assuming I think being a narcissist is a bad thing? No, I'm assuming you're a jerk. You're a troll. I always get one guide. Everyone else is being so nice, and I get one guide by the stupid idiot that's always saying stupid shit. It's a nitpick. Nested if with no body. You could collapse them with an and. Meow. Yeah, but I don't like to. I don't like to make the line so long. You iterate over the list twice in each iteration. Once for target is in a now, and then again for the loop. Right now, you iterate over the list twice in each iteration. Once for target is in a now. No, but don't I have to check? Don't I have to check if the target is in there? Because, wait, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Because, like, it could be in a nested list, but it could also just be in the first level list. But I don't... Lion range... I don't... let me see something. Twice in the loop for a while, breaks, ends the loop, runs instruction after the loop. Continue ends that run and goes back to the beginning. Yeah, amateur mastermind run. I do understand that part, but I feel like I don't get it really intuitively yet. The only optimization is not to loop twice. Also, I have to say, Oni-chan, I told you I do not need moderation on here. You don't have to do mod stuff on here. I'll take care of it. Meow, meow, meow. Art of getting messed up. Why you're learning? Because I feel like it. You don't have to. Any people is good. You don't have to fix it. I want to fix. I want to see. You are looping over this twice. You can pull in that if above into the loop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check for 3. It will turn true without going into nested loop. Yeah, that's what I meant, Ryback. If it's like in the outermost... If NL is in the outermost list, then what's the point of going through the loop? Haven't used it since last year. This is nothing alone, guy. Check it all in one loop by putting it all in the for loop. Why? How would this be difficult solving using scheme? I think scheme is really cool, and I think scheme is really cool, and I think scheme is really cool. Did I mention that I think scheme is cool? Do I have chicken on here? I think scheme for recursion makes more sense to me, but I don't remember how to do it in scheme. I love it because I hate myself. Wrong with my keyboard. Headpads. Target in and now is internally doing is simple. For I in range, if I is target return true, so you have 2 for I in range. Ah, is that what it's doing under the hood, Sid Chan? I didn't know that. I get that you feel the if would be long with the and. You could do condition and condition. The back the back slash is intentional. The issue is what in is doing under the hood. In loops over the list under the hood. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, in C? Does it do it in C? Why don't you have a GitHub GitLab account? I'm pretty offended. I'm on Codeberg. Join the dark side. Join the dark side. Come to the LLM free dark side. Also, just like Codeberg, the Rust language, they released a LLM policy. But it's not as harsh as the Codeberg policy. So I was reading that. How do you guys feel about Rust? I kind of want to learn Rust. You want to know why I want to learn Rust? I looked at this site, Sharkbench. What the heck was it called again? This one. Now, and then it's like a benchmark test for different frameworks, and then like, yeah, Python has little requests per second, only 1,185. Rust has 21,000 requests per second. And then latency, Python is like really, really, I guess, slow. But I guess it has better memory than Java. I don't like it. I heard it's popular for embedded. Why don't you like it? I have massive skill issues with Rust. Why? I heard that it was really like a friendly language. I thought it was. It has fanboys. Never worked with it. Haven't used it yet. Here it's nice. So, do you guys think it's like a big conspiracy? Is it actually not that good? I don't understand. Honestly, I'm what do you call it? Oh, amateur mastermind loves it. It's speed, but it manages to hurt my brain. I made it some unfinished games. There are no job offers for it. It's a guilty pleasure. It's like C embedded C over. Oh, I like C embedded C over Rust. Okay. I didn't learn C yet either. It's definitely complicated to learn. I like it. Java is slower than JavaScript. It's my favorite lang. Oh, nice. Python is plentiful for side projects. Rust is absolutely not a friendly language. You think framework has marketing? Well, I think here's my hot take. If the product is good, you don't even need marketing because people can't shut up about it. So that's why, like, even though I like being a rebel, I feel like if people can't shut up about it, there must be something there. Everywhere you go, people are like, oh my god, I love this so much. You know, and they're not being shills, like they're not being paid to say it. It's different if it's like an influencer thing. I really wanna, I really wanna, program my teddy bear into a robot and make my teddy bear love me. So I think I'm gonna need at some point some sort of like, what is it? Like Internet of Things kind of language. Let's see. C is easier till you hit memory management advanced pointers. What's the last time you touched grass? Never. Oh, thank you, JJ. We'll be coding that. Don't quote me on anything. I said, oh, just quote the other guy though. That's fine. Which resource did you use? What are we doing? Nothing. The stream is actually over. I talked too much. And then for computation time, lower is better. Custom scale. Look, Python is 127 seconds. That's like 2 whole minutes compared to 1 second in Java. I don't know, whatever. I don't really care. I'm just saying. I think I've been infected. I've been infected with people saying good things about it. So I think I might check it out at some point. I have to run today because I feel really sick. So I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for mostly being kind of nice. I gotta go.